All right, let's dive into something that is, well, it's absolutely crucial, but for some reason, it always gets pushed to the very bottom of our to-do list. I'm talking about self-love. And trust me, it's so much more than just a buzzword. It's a truly fundamental practice for our overall well-being.
So let me just start by asking you this straight up. When was the last time you showed some simple gratitude to yourself? And I don't mean, celebrating with a fancy dinner or a spa day. I mean, just truly pausing to thank you. For real. Just think about it for a second. Has it been a while?
It's kind of funny. We are brilliant at focusing our love outward. We pour it into our kids, our partners, our neighbors. Heck, we even try to find compassion for people we really disagree with. But how often do we turn that same fire hose of care and point it back at ourselves?
And what happens when we just keep pouring and pouring from our own cup without ever refilling it? Well, the result is pretty inevitable, isn't it? We end up burnt out, tired, totally stressed out. It's like our nervous system gets stuck in this high-alert giving mode, and that leads to this chronic exhaustion that just seeps into our mind, our body, and our spirit.
This quote right here really gets to the heart of the whole issue. You cannot give from an empty vessel. It is such a simple truth, but so profound. When we're running on empty, our ability to genuinely show up and care for others just disappears, no matter how much we might want to.
The whole airplane safety rule is honestly the perfect way to think about self-care. You know the drill? In an emergency, you always secure your own oxygen mask first. Why? Well, because if you can't breathe, you are absolutely no help to anyone else. See? This isn't about being selfish, it's about survival. It's essential.
Okay, so we get the why. That part's clear. The next crucial question is the how. How do we practically start putting on our own mask? How do we start filling our own cup before we try to pour for everybody else? Well, let's get into some simple but really powerful techniques.
And this is where the science gets so interesting. It turns out that our heart is not just a pump. It actually has its own super complex network of nerves, basically a little brain that can feel, that can process things, and even learn. How cool is that? This makes the heart the absolute perfect place to focus our self-love practices.
So, with that really powerful idea in mind, that you have a brain in your heart, let's explore two very simple, very accessible practices you can start using right away to connect with it and begin to finally fill your own vessel.
So, the first one is heart-centered breathing. Just start by placing a hand over your heart. Then you're just going to follow this rhythm. A slow inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 2, then a nice long exhale for 6 seconds, and hold the breath out for 2. That longer exhale is the real key here. It actually stimulates something called the vagus nerve, which sends a signal to your body that it's safe to relax. It physically shifts you out of that stress response.
Okay, our second practice is the YAM mantra. Yep, YAM, that's Y-A-M. This is a Sanskrit chant, and it's the specific sound that's associated with what's known as the Anahata, or the heart chakra. You can just think of it as the core energy center of your heart.
And the benefits are just profound. When you practice this chant, it's not just about making a sound, it's about actively, intentionally cultivating feelings of peace and joy and deep, deep compassion, especially for yourself.
So here's how it actually works. When you chant YAM, you can literally feel the vibration in your throat and in your chest. That physical sensation is what connects you directly to your heart center. It's like this powerful sound healing that helps to rebalance you completely, mind, body, and soul.
And believe me, the experience can be pretty incredible. As one person put it, the feeling is absolutely gorgeous. It vibrates through me in such a good way. That positive physical sensation is a huge and really healing part of this whole practice.
So when it all comes down to it, whether it's through a breathing exercise or a chant, the goal is exactly the same. It's about learning to offer yourself the very things you so freely give away to everyone else. Grace when you mess up, forgiveness for not being perfect, and just the simple permission to pause and reset.
So I'll leave you with this one question. We've gone over the why this is so important and the how you can do it. Now it's all about the when. So thinking about everything we've just covered, what is one small thing you can do to give yourself that oxygen first, starting right now, today?